Once upon a time, in the vast and lonely plains of Australia, a family named Cleary arrived with dreams of a better life. They came from New Zealand to a place called Drogheda, a large sheep station owned by their wealthy relative, Mary Carson. The Cleary family didn't know that this move would change their lives forever. At the heart of this story lies a forbidden love between Maggie Cleary, the only daughter of the Cleary family, and Father Ralph de Brixort, a handsome and ambitious priest. Their love would defy the rules of the church, challenge the boundaries of duty, and shape the destiny of generations. This is a story about love that burns like fire, faith that is tested by temptation, and pain that comes with destiny, just like the mythical thornbird, which sings its most beautiful song while dying. Pierced by a thorn, the Cleary family's new life, the Cleary family Paddy. Fiona and their children were poor farmers in New Zealand. They lived a simple life until Mary Carson, Paddy's rich sister, invited them to Australia to help manage her huge property, Drogheda. When the Clearys arrived, they were amazed by the endless golden fields and the dry, hot air of the outback. It was a difficult place to live, but it also had a strange beauty. Maggie, the only girl among many brothers, was still a child when they moved. She was shy, kind, and had a quiet strength in her heart. Father Ralph de Brixort, a young and charming Catholic priest, often visited Mary Carson's estate. He was devoted to his religion but carried inside him a deep conflict between ambition and compassion. Between God and love, the forbidden bond from the moment Father Ralph met little Maggie, he felt a special connection. He treated her kindly and guided her as she grew up. But as years passed, that innocent affection turned into something deeper. Maggie, now a beautiful young woman, fell in love with Father Ralph, a man who could never marry. Her feelings were pure, but painful, because she knew the church and society would never allow their love. Father Ralph tried to resist. He knew his love for Maggie could destroy his priesthood. Yet, his heart betrayed him. He loved her more than he loved anything else in the world. Still, he chose the path of the church, believing that his service to God must come first. Mary Carson's plan. Mary Carson, the wealthy and proud owner of Drogheda, has always admired Father Ralph, but she was jealous of Maggie's youth and beauty. When she realized that Father Ralph loved Maggie, her heart filled with anger. Before her death, she made a cruel decision. She changed her will, leaving most of her fortune to the church through Father Ralph. This made him powerful and famous within the church. It tied him forever to his ambition and separated him from Maggie. Mary's death brought wealth to the Cleary family, but also sorrow. Father Ralph was promoted and sent away to Rome. Far from Australia and far from Maggie. Maggie's marriage and lost dreams heartbroken by Father Ralph's departure. Maggie felt lonely and hopeless. Her family's life at Drogheda continued, but the harsh land brought more tragedy. Her father, Paddy, died in a bushfire. Later, her brother Frank ran away, unable to fit into the family's world, trying to escape her pain. Maggie married Luke O'Neill, a handsome but selfish man who worked as a laborer. Luke didn't truly love Maggie. He wanted a wife who could work hard and save money for his own dreams. Maggie, longing for affection, followed Luke to a hot island called Matlock, where she worked endlessly, feeling like a prisoner. But fate had other plans. When she met Father Ralph again years later, the fire of love between them still burned. The secret love and the birth of Dane on the island. Maggie and Father Ralph finally gave in to their love. For one brief shining moment, they forgot the world and its rules. They shared a night of passion, a night that would stay with them forever. Soon after, Father Ralph left again, returning to his duties as a priest. Maggie became pregnant, but decided never to tell him. She gave birth to a baby boy named Dane. He had bright eyes and a gentle nature, just like Father Ralph. Maggie returned to Drogheda, raising Dane with love and pride. To the world, he was her son, but only she knew he was also Father Ralph's child. Dane's fate and Father Ralph's return as Dane grew up. He showed great kindness, faith, and a desire to serve God. He wanted to become a priest. Unaware of the secret that tied him to Father Ralph, years later, Dane went to Rome and met Father Ralph. Neither knew the truth at first that they were father and son. But when Father Ralph finally discovered it, he was torn apart with guilt and sorrow. He realized that all his life, he had denied his love for Maggie, only to lose everything that mattered. Tragedy struck again when Dane drowned while trying to save a woman in the sea. His death broke Maggie's heart completely. Father Ralph came to Drogheda to comfort her, and they're old and tired. He finally confessed his love. He died in Maggie's arms. The woman he had loved all his life, but could never have. The Thornbird song, the story of Maggie and Father Ralph is like the legend of the thornbird, a bird that searches for the perfect thorn from the moment it is born. When it finds the thorn, it impales itself and sings the most beautiful song in the world as it dies. For the thornbird, best song comes with the greatest pain. For Maggie and Father Ralph, their love was beautiful but tragic. A love that could never live, never die either. The Thornbirds is not just a story about love. It is a story about destiny, sacrifice, and the choices we make between duty and desire. Maggie's life teaches us that love can be both a gift and a curse. Father Ralph's life shows that ambition and faith cannot always protect the heart. Together, their story reminds us that some loves are eternal, even if they end in pain. Just like the Thornbird's final song. Their love was pure, beautiful, and unforgettable. A song that will echo forever across the vast Australian plains. Asterisk. Thanks for watching. If you really like the story, please do like, share, subscribe, comment on my channel World Stories. See you on the next video.